name is Reef as always, and you're joining me from another video of Diablo 3. I'm just checking out the new set for the Witch Doctor. I have all the pieces for the Helltooth as well. We'll check that out a bit later and hopefully do a build video for you guys. But this is a pretty fun build I found. It allows for really quick bounty runs and stuff like that, which is really useful, seeing as you need to do bounties to get materials for the cube if you want to get some items in there. So the build is based around two sets. The first is the Spirit of Arachyr, which is kind of like a spidery thing. I don't know if you guys can see, it kind of moves around and stuff like that. Pretty cool looking set. And there's a stupid fucking Templar in my way. As well as the changed Manajuma's set, Manajuma's Way set. And I really like the changes they did to this set. So first off, just a quick run through of the items I'm using currently. I'm using Focus and Restraint for rings, as well as Convention of Elements, that is a passive in the cube for me currently. Other than that, I'm using the complete Arachyr set. I don't know how to pronounce that. So basically gloves, shoulders, helm, torso, pants, and boots. And my braces are strong arm braces, mostly to get the extra damage from my Perinator, which I'm using. So the whole point of the set, which makes it nice, you can see that giant fucking spider over there, as two set bonus is summon a permanent spider queen who leaves behind webs that do 2500% weapon damage over 5 seconds and slows enemies. Pretty good source of crowd control there. The spider queen is commanded to move to where you cast your corpse spiders, which is pretty nifty. See, she throws a corpse spider, she runs over there, so you can control where she goes. 4 set bonuses. Hex gains the effect of the Toad of Hugeness rune. While Toad of Hugeness is active, you take 40% reduced damage. After Toad of Hugeness finishes his meal, you will heal for 10% of your maximum life per second for 10 seconds. So this is a really good way of getting a bit more toughness and a bit more life back. And that Toad of Hugeness is quite cool. And the 6 peaks bonus obviously is the damage of your creature skills is increased by 800%. Creature skills are Corpse Spiders, Plague of Toads, Fire Bats, Locust Swarm, Hex, and Piranhas. Now, some of you probably looked at my skills down there and sorted this up, but you don't see Locust Swarm there. How is this going to be cool? Why do you have Haunt instead of Locust Swarm? Locust Swarm, anyway. So, quickly let me show you guys at the cube the things I have passived. I have a Wormwood, which automatically casts Locust Swarm in the area around me, as well as a Quetzalcoatl for armor, which reduces the time it takes for Locust Swarm to do the damage by half, which is quite cool, and obviously the Convention of Elements. Skills wise, I am using Corpse Spiders, Leaping Spiders, because I have increased poison damage, and I like the way this one works. Hex, Angry Chicken. I'll show you now, guys, why I'm using Angry Chicken. Haunt, Poison Spirit for the damage, and haunted enemies take 20% more damage from all sources. Perinator for crowd control, and obviously it does a lot more damage with the 6 piece bonus. Then I also have Gargantuan Big Stinker and Zombie Dogs, Rabbit Dogs, but they're more like just added stuff, added ads running around doing extra damage. Not really that important to the build itself. You can change these for other skills you might want to. Then I also have passive skills, Swampland Attunement. New passive has been changed for the Witch Doctor, which is really good. You and your pets gain 120 physical, poison, fire, and cold resistance from every enemy within 20 yards. The range of this effect is increased by your gold pickup radius. This is a really good defensive thing, especially in the beginning and lower torment levels when you don't have the right gear yet. Grave Injustice for that extra cooldown it gives me. Tribal Right, once again, cooldown on my Hex. And Pierce the Veil, all your damage is increased by 20%, but your mana costs are increased by 30%, which is good, because the only things that actually cost mana are Perinator and Poison Spirit or Haunt, which isn't that much. Paragon, so far I'm spending it on movement speed, crit damage, resist all, and area damage so far. That's just mostly normal things. And the reason I'm going for Angry Chicken Hex is due to the set bonuses of the Manajuma's carving knife set. So basically, which is your Hex Angry Chicken. Explosion damage is increased by 100% and slain enemies trigger an additional explosion. So this is a lot like the chain explosion from Exploding Palm the monk has when they have those braces on, which is really fucking cool. And also your Hex. Angry Chicken lost 15 seconds and movement speed as a chicken is increased by an additional 100%. Now, they're probably going to change this. I don't know if they're going to change this in the later on in the game when it goes live, but I guess there's no way of saying it. Let me just show you how this actually goes around working. So we'll just use a Nephilim Rift, click accept and wait for it to open. Come on, game. Good. Bit of a loading screen. Okay, here we go. Start off, I'm gonna change into my chicken mode. As you guys can see, it's really fast, and then I lagged out there, but the explosions are so good. Oh, it's not a furnace. It's not a furnace. Really good damage, and there's really good mobility in this with this build. It's really nice for speed runs as well. So if speedrunning is your thing, I suggest trying this out. Oh, wait. They survived. Still trying to figure out what would be the ideal skills for this build. I really doubt it would be able to really go up in the higher grade rifts, as survivability is a bit of an issue, still sadly. But it is really, it's fun. And it's really a quick way to get all those crafting materials you need for the cube. And yeah, anything that saves you time while doing that, it's good. Good fun. But yeah, this is basically the build in a nutshell. As you guys can see, it's all about, look at that toad, all about high movement speed, moving around, doing a lot of damage, exploding. It's just basic stuff, and it's really good for bounties. And if you have a lot of stuff in the area, which I don't, seems not. There's a few here. Haven't even summoned my zombie dogs on my Gargantuan yet. How fucking useless am I? This density is shit. As you guys can see, this is the lower difficulty. This is Torment 2. It's a bit harder to get into the higher Torment difficulties in PTR. The waiting time is currently a bit insane, sadly. But this should give you a good idea of what the build is capable of and what to expect while using it. I think this is going to be pretty fun. From the looks of it, it seems like Helltooth's set would be, alongside the Carnival, one of the big contenders for the high damage builds this season for Witch Doctors specifically. But this should be quite an interesting season looking forward, especially if we're going to be playing Witch Doctor. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys again next time.